Hello and welcome to Redeeming Thunder. This is my supernatural diaries, and I'm here to give you a serious prophetic word. This is a serious alarming word, a very difficult word to give. It has a lot to do with deportation and a shaking and removal of individuals from your life. It has to do with prodigals, spouses who do not return, and also divine judgment for those who did not repent and are holding treasures from you. Okay? This was given to me on 11/17/2025. There are key details. Please listen, because there are key details of how you can tell when this is going to manifest in your life. Okay? There is a spirit of revenge taking over the prodigal spouse. And that is how he will take himself out of the equation. The Most High has set a trap. And he will not be able to resist. And he will fall in that trap. Okay? Also, this is about the third dream. 2 of them I received, and 1 of it somebody else received, regarding the heart posture of revenge. And it seems like those 3 dreams, they cancel out each other. They are, both individuals are taken out of your life about the same time. And it's coming up soon. That's why I want you to know these details. Okay? So we're talking about Spirit of Pharaoh and King Amalek in your life. Now here's a prophetic dream. Listen to the details because it matches the other confirming dream. Okay? So it's giving pivotal clues of where the prodigal spouse heart posture is at, and or physically doing on earth, is when you know it's coming. And this is where the deliverance comes for you. In the dream, the prodigal spouse, the counterfeit, okay, it could be a counterfeit and not your spouse, but someone that's not meant to be for you any longer, was speaking about a dinner party, a gala dinner party with his employment. And he said it was going to be held at a hotel. And he went to the meeting. I wanted to go with him to go see what this meeting was about. And I saw he was speaking to a group of people standing in a lobby area. I saw that they wore formal attire, and I heard the name Trump. And I heard Trump Hotel. And I saw the huge letter T on the building where he was having this meeting right before the dinner party. And I walked through the building and the hallway. The hallway was vast, very wide. And I passed through each hallway until I saw the letter T for the Trump Hotel, where the prodigal spouse had his job, gala dinner. The scene changed. I see somebody who is considered an enemy, who is considered someone who has stolen treasure, okay? Prodigal children, to be exact. And he has new clothes on. They look maroon, colored jacket and pants. He's now in a huge van with a group of other people that are standing in the van. The van doesn't have any chairs. It looks like a tall van. I don't know if it's a military van and or truck or something, cargo truck. But all around looked metal. And there was no windows. There was one little window in the where the drivers, it looked like it had a concealed, like it was some bars on it, right? I saw a woman, and she was eyeing him, and she was standing behind him. I was standing to the side, so like nobody could see me that I was in there. I was just observing what was going on. And I looked at him, and he looked very worried. He was looking straight ahead, and so I had the profile view of him. And I put my hand on his shoulder to try and send comfort. Okay? But he can't see me. I just was, I care about the individual, but not in a loving way, like I love him, but I care for him as a person. Okay? And I wished him safety. They unloaded all the people that were in the van or the truck, the cargo truck. And when he got off, he switched to his Levi's jeans and wool jacket. And he left the maroon jacket to the side, and he had helped to lift a tree out of the road with the other group of people in. There was a standstill. So he had put different clothes on to disguise himself, because everybody that was in the cargo van wore maroon, the same outfit, maroon pants and sweater, okay, like a hang sweater. And I could tell that they were individuals of ethnicity, and they were individuals who were getting deported from the country. Okay? And he, and the group, there was a group of other people who were workers. Those who were about, I would say agents, were removing the tree that was stuck in the middle of the road. And he got off to go help, but he wore he disguised himself and wore different clothes to look like a worker and not like an immigrant who got caught, who got I guess you could say arrested, and now wearing the other outfits of the rest of them that were in the cargo van, right? So the scene changed again after that standstill. Now, prodigal spouse is in the car, current car that we have. And there's some other agents that were in the back seat. And he was the one driving. And he was on assignment with a new job. So that's key right there. Your prodigal spouse who's not returning is going to have a new job or a new mindset. And I'm not necessarily saying it's positive. Okay? And so I'm sitting in the passenger seat because I wanted to come along, but I don't think they can see me. I'm just watching what he's doing at his new job. Okay? And he was driving, and it was his first assignment, and he drove up to a restaurant. I was still in the car, and we drove up to an alley entryway for a Mexican restaurant. And he straight up asked the restaurant owner, where are they? I'm here to pick them up. And so the owner had to oblige. And he told him where he could conduct a direct pickup raid in the back of the restaurant. And so he got back in the car, still not acknowledging me. So that's why I realized he can't see me. And he drives along the back of the restaurant where the kitchen door, the kitchen dishwashing station was at. The door was opened. And I saw him get out of the car, and he was an ICE agent. So were the ones that were in the back of the car, and I woke up. And after the dream, I had woken up, and I was wanting more details of the dream to help me remember the rest of the dream. On a side note, there was another dream that I had. And I was standing under a cover outside of my old high school. And I ran into the Pharaoh, right? In my life. And he was telling me that he was looking for a different job. There wasn't enough work where he was currently working anymore due to again, the whole deportation and lack of work, because many were getting deported, right? So they were not having enough jobs, I guess. So he said he was going to leave, and he stated the word Brownsville. When I looked that up, that has a lot to do with a very small town, okay, and kind of secluded. So these individuals who are going to receive divine judgment, who have stolen treasure and did not repent from their actions, okay, at the timely manner that they were supposed to, return to you your prodigal children, okay, and or treasure that you have, something that is of yours that did not repent, okay. He said a comment. He said, I can't the prodigal spouse said, I can't take him, I can't report his whereabouts, because when he goes, I go. which was very interesting. Okay? Because in this dream in itself then elaborates further that Spirit of Pharaoh individual is picked up, and the other individual has a different job, and he has the heart posture again of revenge. And I'm not saying all ice agents have spirit of revenge. I'm saying the heart posture is what's it called? Of ruthless and wanting to take revenge on someone. Now, the part about him having a new position could be that he physically has that job now on earth, and or he just has the heart posture, okay, of being heartless to people that are not legally here, okay, towards everyone, not just the Spirit of Pharaoh individual, okay. So I guess this is a warning to be mindful of where your heart posture is when these are difficult times for a lot of people who are not legal here. And I understand this is part of divine judgment that the Most High has allowed Trump to administer at this time due to not turning from their ways and punishing generations. Okay? A lot of idolatry is the reason. But these are little key points of when you see that, when you see heartlessness towards people that look of color and assume that they're illegal, and your words come out of your mouth as if they are lower than scum, be careful where your heart posture is at. Okay? And the thing is, for certain individuals, for King Amaleks in this land, who are, a lot of them are prodigal spouses, they do get promoted to a new job. Okay? And they do get triumphant, where at first the Most High removes the enemy out of their lives. That is confirming word. Okay? But then the heart of Amalek gets hungry for revenge, and the following battle that he experiences takes him out. Okay? So then I hear Sol Sana Masa, which means pray for peace in this revolution of time. Masa means features the Israelites quarreling with Moses about the lack of water, and Moses rebuking the Israelites for testing Yahuwah. Prophetic word of doom. Basically, Masa means a prophetic word of doom. So in other words, the prodigal spouse that doesn't return because he's too busy causing quarrels and nagging and complaining instead of being grateful for what he has. Okay? And then tests, it says here that the Israelites testing Yahuwah, right? So the prodigal spouses that don't return, they test Yahuwah by pushing their limits with a heartless heart posture, with ruthlessness, with a lack of compassion and respect for people. Okay? And even though Moses, the Moses in your family, okay, or if you are the Moses in your family, has been correcting the behavior, has been nipping it, has been establishing boundaries over and over, the individual refuses counsel, refuses guidance. Okay? That's another clue where the heart posture is not just revenge, but it's also quarrelsome, causes arguments for any little thing, dysregulates other people's nervous system, walks around dysregulated all the time, irate, negative, and heartless to immigrants. That's another key, right? Key detail. So in this hour, the Most High wants you to confront the spirit of Pharaoh in your life. And he wants you to say, let my people go. So if it's your prodigal children, you need to say, let my children go. When does he want you to tell him? He wants you to tell him now in this dimensions of time. I'm recording this video in May. Okay? And the reason why you can tell that King Amalek has that ruthless heart posture, because even innocent people that are just, trying to make a living out there, life is really hard for them right now. And they're trying to pay their bills, just like we all are. Maybe they're having, selling fruit around town, and you could tell by these moments in time in life when they just blurt out unnecessary comments that are like rejecting and treating people like scum. Okay? Trash. And assuming. And it just is unnecessary. This is a very difficult word to give. But at the same time, you're getting delivered from two individuals who have been causing havoc and don't get to go to the promised land with you. So that's why the Most High is doing it now. Okay? So basically you say, let my people go, and the Most High will not give you plagues. This is a divine judgment. Okay? So, in other words, if you let them go, the ICE agent will not come to your door or come to you wherever you are and capture you. Okay? But of course you can't say that because it sounds threatening, right? So you're going to say, there will be grace if you let them go. But the thing is, Spirit of Pharaoh let them go for a smidge second and then retaliated. Do you recall the story of the Red Sea moment? They came back with a vengeance. And then the Most High had to take them out altogether.